Hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Nick Chagin and I'm with 3-Day Startup. On behalf of everyone here at 3DS, I want to congratulate you on your acceptance into the 3DS program happening on your campus this semester. This is the orientation video that's going to give you an insight as to what you can expect at the upcoming 3DS program, as well as some tips, tricks, and best practices for how to best maximize the 3DS experience. So first things first, this program has been run over 450 times in 34 countries across all 6 habitable continents. We've run this program at schools like Harvard, Stanford, MIT, dozens across Europe and Australia, and so many others. So you are joining a global network of about 13,000 changemakers, doers, and innovators. And our alumni have gone on to do some pretty amazing things. It's pretty remarkable that after just 3 days, so many companies can be launched, but there have been hundreds of companies launched by 3DS program alumni who've sat right where you are sitting. And these companies have gone on to raise about $180 million of funding collectively. There have been 44 companies accepted into top tier accelerators like Y Combinator and Techstars that gave us Reddit and Dropbox. And there are 9 company exits. So we've seen an immense amount of success out of our student alumni. And although venture creation is great, what we truly try to do as a nonprofit is to grow entrepreneurial-minded individuals. Studies show that people who think with an entrepreneurial mindset tend to go on to create more impact in their organizations, whether they're at Facebook or Amazon or a small nonprofit of 4 people or a charity, so on and so forth. People who think with an entrepreneurial lens tend to create more impact in their organizations because they think differently, they challenge the process more, they work better in a team, and they deliver more creative solutions. So what is this program all about? 3-Day Startup Foundations is a program where university students learn how to be an entrepreneur by actively starting a business in just 3 days. There's an applied environment for a lot of different disciplines, right? If you're an art student, you have a canvas to draw on. If you are a chemistry student, you have chemicals to mix and test tubes to play with. If you're an engineer, you have a shop to work in. There's a hands-on way that students of different disciplines can grow their craft and get better at what they do. There isn't that hands-on applied environment for entrepreneurship. So that's what we're doing at this program by having you really actively learn how to start a business by going through the early stages in just 3 short days. So you're essentially going to be living the early days of a startup founder. When someone decides, I'm going to start a business, they immediately start going through a number of ups and downs, highs and lows, failures and successes. It is truly a roller coaster ride. And when it comes to things like, who's my customer? How do I make money? Do I even have a problem worth solving? How do I go to the market? These are concepts that a lot of entrepreneurs have to face in their early stages, and you kind of think about all of this over the course of the weekend. This program is an innovation sandbox, and what that means is if you've ever had a crazy idea for a business that you've been so excited about, you've gone to bed thinking about that idea, wake up the next morning still thinking about that idea, bring it to 3-Day Startup. No idea at this program is off limits or stupid or dumb or weird. This is the kind of environment where you can feel comfortable sharing your ideas and thoughts with your peers. There's no judgment because a great trait about entrepreneurs is that they don't judge. They accept new ideas and are open to feedback. So bring your crazy, weird, stupid idea to 3DS and pitch it on day 1. Now, some of you might come from very limited experience in business or entrepreneurship. Some of you might study journalism or theater or film or art, while some of you may have actually started a business or started a venture while you've been in school and study business or study finance or entrepreneurship. No matter where you are on that spectrum, the 3DS program accommodates because what we teach can be applied to a number of different disciplines, and you can really learn a lot from whatever background you come in. Okay, so as far as what you should not expect at the 3DS program, first off, it is not a contest. So do not expect any winners or losers or cash prizes. And although I'm sure you're all going to pitch some really, really amazing ideas on that 3rd day, don't expect a panelist to be writing you a $4 million check. Don't worry about business plans or long-term financial projections. Those have a place in startups, but this weekend is focused a lot about the problem you're trying to solve, the solution for that problem, and how you sustain the business through revenue. So don't worry about those more tedious tasks during the course of the weekend. Don't expect a lot of solo work. You're going to be working in teams the entire weekend. So if you think that you're going to be coming in, working on your own idea by yourself, it just simply won't be happening. What you should expect are ideas from all across the spectrum. What's great about 3DS and about the Lean Startup methodology that we teach at our programs is that it can be applied to a business of any type or kind or background. You can start a cookie company or a drone company or a charity or a clean tech company or an app or a website or a clothing line. Any idea is on the table here. No idea is off limits. So expect ideas being technical and non-technical. You can expect to gain a lot of feedback. There's going to be several esteemed mentors from the local community and local entrepreneurship ecosystem that'll be there on the second day to help guide you and your team through the venture creation process. Besides the mentors, you'll be getting a lot of feedback from the facilitator, from the 3DS team who will be there, the organizers from your university, and your peers. So expect to get a lot of conflicting feedback from these different people, but that's a very, very important skill for an entrepreneur to possess, as when you start a company, you'll be getting a lot of conflicting feedback. Expect there to be a lot of failures. A pretty big inevitability of entrepreneurship is that you will fail a few times, and it takes a number of trials to learn and iterate and be better. That's one of the best things an entrepreneur is capable of doing, is bouncing back from failure. You expect to make a lot of new friends and work with them throughout the weekend. And also expect a good amount of self-directed learning. Although our facilitator will be there teaching you a lot of these concepts and modules, a lot of the learning will actually come by you just doing and by you executing. So who should you expect at 3-Day Startup? There's going to be about 40 to 50 other aspiring student entrepreneurs who come from a variety of backgrounds, who are very like-minded to yourself and want to learn and come into the world of entrepreneurship. You can expect there to be a lot of serial entrepreneurs. Those mentors on day 2, as well as the panelists on the 3rd day, they're going to come from a lot of entrepreneurship experience, whether it's starting a company or mentoring startups or actually investing in startups, as well as some esteemed faculty from the community. Okay, so let's dive into the schedule for the weekend and what each module actually looks like. So some of you might come in with an idea for a company, and some of you may not, which is totally fine. Whether you do or don't, we're gonna start the day on Friday with brainstorming. You're gonna hop into temporary teams and brainstorm a number of problems that we face in society and possible solutions for those problems. Now, if you don't have an idea before the weekend starts, this could be a great way to come up with an idea to pitch during preliminary pitches. On the opposite side, if you have an idea that you've been thinking about for a long time that you're going to bring into the program and pitch on that first day, this may be a good opportunity to share your idea with your peers, with your temporary team, and get feedback for how you can make that idea better for when you pitch it in front of the room in a few short minutes. So after we've done some ideation and brainstorming, you're going to pitch your idea. And you don't have to pitch an idea for a company, but if you'd like to, we're going to be looking for a 60-second pitch that's going to encapsulate the problem you're trying to solve, the solution that you had in mind for that problem, and how you generate revenue. And like I said, this is a 60-minute pitch, a hard cutoff. So really, really practice this before the program if you have an idea that you want to pitch on that first day. After, as many of you as possible pitch an idea, we're going to then vote. We're going to put our heads down and do it elementary school style, and you're going to get 2 votes. You can vote for your own idea, but what we do recommend doing is voting for an idea that you think has the biggest chance for success in the market, and 2, the idea that you're most passionate about. That idea might be your own. You may pitch an idea and then heard other ideas, you're like, wow, those are much better, I want to work on those instead, and choose to vote for those instead, and that's totally, totally fine. After you all have placed your votes, we're going to select between 5 and 7 ideas and form teams around those ideas. And you'll have the chance to self-select into a team that you find most interesting. So whatever idea you thought was most compelling or passionate, you have the autonomy to choose into that team. After we do that, we'll hop into Lean Startup methodology and go over the Lean Canvas, and that'll be the end of day 1. Okay, day 2, we're going to come in the morning and hop immediately into customer discovery. One of the most critical, important components of starting a company is learning who is my customer. And this is surprisingly something that a lot of entrepreneurs will go months, sometimes years without even ever doing. actually talking to a potential customer and actually learning from them. Do you have a problem that my business could solve? If so, what kind of solutions do you already use to solve that problem? This is such a critical, important component of learning. Do I actually have a business that's viable and worth pursuing before I spend lots of money on a prototype? So after we teach you some of these good questions to ask to customers, you're actually going to leave the building for about 3 hours and go talk to as many customers as possible in the library, in the dining hall, make some phone calls, actually get out of the room and experience some immersive customer discovery. Then you're going to come back, we're going to hop into mentorship. So like I mentioned, those 6 to 9 mentors from the community are going to come in and work with you all on your ideas. This is going to give you a great chance to practice your elevator pitch and practice delivering a succinct summary of your idea in 60 seconds. After mentorship, we're going to prototyping. We'll talk about different ways you can create what we call an MVP, or a minimal viable product. You can do that in a number of ways. Our facilitator is going to run through a number of different ways that you can create a prototype that you can maybe even present to the panel on day 3. And then you're going to execute. You're going to take all the knowledge that you've gained from all the modules, from brainstorming, customer discovery, the lean canvas, mentorship, prototyping, and execute and compile all the information that you know about your venture into a final pitch that's going to be presented on that 3rd day. That's all we're going to be doing on Sunday, or day 3, is working on our pitch, crafting it, practicing it, and then delivering it in front of the panel of esteemed entrepreneurs and faculty. After you've given your pitch, that's pretty much the end of the program. There's going to be a number of post-program engagements that we'll go through with our alumni afterwards. But a few more things you can expect. Expect to eat a lot of great food. This is a fully catered, fully funded program. You can expect to have a lot of fun. I hope this does not sound too intimidating. 3DS is an absolute blast. You're going to meet some people that are like-minded, that are also interested in growing and in learning, and possibly make a lot of new friendships. You're also there to celebrate each other. You have been selected in this program. You had to apply, and not everyone got in. There's a reason that you've been accepted to this program, so you're here to elevate each other and work with each other to deliver some really, really awesome ideas. So some things to consider before the program actually happens. Try to get your homework done before the program. I cannot emphasize this point enough. It's not fun when you are trying to go in on the program and put your energy into it, while meanwhile in the back of your head you think, I have an essay due Monday or a test on Tuesday. Try to get your work done before the program happens. Prepare an elevator pitch. So if you plan on pitching an idea on that 1st day, you're basically going to be pitching an elevator pitch. And like I said, that's a short 30-60-second summary of your idea. Be prepared to work on a different idea. So in the event that you pitch an idea, it's not selected, be open-minded to working on a different team. The reason that you're picked also is that you showed a willingness to be open-minded and show a willingness to collaborate with others. When I did 3-Day Startup myself, I pitched an idea, it wasn't picked, and I worked on a team that I ended up staying with for about 6 months afterwards. That venture ultimately failed, but I learned a lot about the industry, learned a lot about myself, working with that team. So really have an open mind and be open to working with a different team if your idea is not picked for whatever reason. Okay, so what to bring? Bring some comfy clothes. It's a very, very informal. Bring a laptop charger, phone chargers, etc. Headphones, water bottle, notebook, and pen for customer discovery. If it is cold outside, be sure to bring a coat and a hat and gloves for customer discovery when you actually leave the building. And last thing is, please fill out the pre-programmed survey that was in the acceptance email that was sent to you. The way we grow and make our content better and our experience better for students is by getting student feedback. So please fill out the pre-programmed survey. If you have any problems, questions, or concerns, please reach out to the organizer at this email address below. Thank you so much. Get some rest, and we'll see you very, very soon for a weekend of collaboration, creativity, and entrepreneurship.